Om Shanti. This is the Sakar MURLI of the 13th of January 2015. The essence is, sweet children, you have to have your sins absolved with the power of yoga. You have to become pure and make the world pure. This is your service. Sweet children, you have to have your sins absolved, vikarma vinash, with the power of yoga, with yoga bal. You have to become pure, you have to become pavan, and make the whole world pavan. This is your service. The question is, what specialty of the deity religion is praised? What specialty, what visheshta of the deity religion is praised? In the answer, Baba says, the deity religion is one that gives a lot of happiness. There is no name or trace of sorrow there. There is no naam nishan of sorrow there. You children experience happiness for 3/4 of the cycle. There would not be as much pleasure if it were half happiness and half sorrow. There would not be as much maza if it were half happiness and half sorrow. Om Shanti. God speaks. Bhagwan Uvach. God has explained that no human being can be called God. Even deities cannot be called God. God is incorporeal. God is nirakar. He neither has a corporeal form nor a subtle form. He neither has a sakari form nor an akari form. Even the residents of the subtle region have subtle forms. This is why that place is called the subtle region. It is called Sukshmavatan. Here you have corporeal human bodies. That is why this is called the corporeal world. This physical body, made of the 5 elements, does not exist in the subtle region. These human bodies are made up of 5 elements. They are called puppets of clay. They are called mitti ke putle. It cannot be said that the residents of the subtle region are puppets of clay. Those of the deity religion are also human beings, but they are human beings with divine qualities. They attain their divine qualities from Shiv Baba. There is a vast difference between human beings with divine qualities and those with devilish traits. It is human beings who become worthy of living in the temple of Shiv, and it is also human beings who become worthy of living in the brothel. So human beings are worthy of living in Shivalaya or living in Vaishyalaya. The golden temple is called the temple of Shiv. The golden age exists here. It does not exist in the incorporeal world or the subtle region. You children understand that the temple of Shiv, the Shivalaya, is established by Shiv Baba. When did he establish it? At the confluence age. This is the most auspicious confluence age. The world is now impure and tamopradhan. It cannot be called the new satopradhan world. The new world is called satopradhan, and when it becomes old, it is called tamopradhan. How does it become satopradhan again? Through the power of yoga of you children. It is through the power of yoga that all your sins are absolved and you become pure. A pure world is definitely needed for pure ones. The new world is called pure and the old world is called impure. The Father establishes the pure world, whereas Ravan establishes the impure world. No human being knows these things. If these 5 vices didn't exist, people would not become unhappy, nor would they remember the Father. The Father says, I am the remover of sorrow and the bestower of happiness. I am Dukharta, Sukharta. People make effigies of the 5 vices of Ravan with 10 heads. They consider Ravan to be their enemy and burn him. It is not that they start to burn an effigy at the beginning of the copper age. No, it is when they become Tamopradhan that some come up with their new ideas. When someone causes a lot of sorrow, an effigy is made of him. Here too, it is when people experience a great deal of sorrow that they make an effigy of Ravan and burn it. You children experience happiness for 3/4 of the cycle. What pleasure would there be if it were half and half? The Father says, your deity religion is one that gives you a great deal of happiness. The world drama is eternally predestined. No one can ask why the world was created or when it will end. The cycle continues to turn. It says in the scriptures that the duration of the cycle is hundreds of thousands of years. There must surely be a confluence age when the world has to be transformed. You now feel that no one understands in this way. They don't even understand that the names of Radhe and Krishna are their childhood names and that they then marry. They each belong to a separate kingdom. Then, when they marry, they become Lakshmi and Narayan. The Father explains all of these aspects. The Father is knowledgeful. It is not that He is the one who knows the secrets in everyone's heart. You children understand that the Father comes now and gives knowledge. Knowledge is received in a Pathshala, that is a place of study. There must definitely be an aim and objective in a Pathshala. You are now studying. You cannot rule in this dirty world. You will rule in a beautiful world. No one teaches Raj Yoga in the Golden Age. It is only at the Confluence Age that the Father teaches Raj Yoga. This is an unlimited aspect. No one knows when the Father comes. Everyone is in extreme darkness. People in Japan call themselves those of the Sun Dynasty. In fact, it is the deities who belong to the Sun Dynasty. The kingdom of Sun Dynasty is in the Golden Age. It is said that when the sun of knowledge rises, the darkness of the path of devotion is dispelled. The new world becomes old, and the old world becomes new. This world is a big, unlimited home. It is a huge stage. The sun, moon, and stars do so much work. A lot of work is carried out at night. There were some kings who slept during the day and held court at night. They would go out and buy things at night. Even now, this happens in some places. Mills, etc., are also run during the night. This is a limited day and night, whereas the other is a matter of the unlimited. These things are not in the intellect of anyone except you. They don't even know Shiv Baba. The Father continues to explain every aspect. For Brahma, it is also explained that he is the Father of humanity. When the Father comes to create the world, he definitely has to enter someone. Pure human beings exist in the Golden Age. In the Iron Age, all are born through vice. That is why they are called impure. People ask how the world can continue without vice. However, you say that the deities are completely viceless. You build temples to them with such cleanliness and purity. No one except those Brahmins is allowed in. In fact, no vicious ones are allowed to touch those deity idols. However, nowadays, anything can be done when you have money. When people have a temple in their home, they invite a Brahmin priest to come. Now, even those Brahmin priests are vicious. They are simply called Brahmins. This world is vicious, and so worshipping too is conducted by vicious ones. Where could viceless ones come from? Viceless ones only exist in the Golden Age. It is not that those who do not indulge in vice are called viceless. Their bodies have been created through vice. The main aspect that the Father has explained is that this whole world is the kingdom of Ravan. Completely viceless ones exist in the kingdom of Ram, whereas vicious ones exist in the kingdom of Ravan. In the Golden Age, there was purity, and there was also peace and prosperity. You can show how there used to be the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan in the Golden Age. The 5 vices do not exist there. That is the pure kingdom which God establishes. God cannot establish an impure kingdom. If people were impure in the Golden Age, they would call out to God. No one there calls out. No one in happiness remembers God. People sing praise of God and say that He is the ocean of happiness, the ocean of purity. They even say that there should be peace in the world, but how could human beings bring peace to the whole world now? The kingdom of peace only exists in heaven. When people fight one another, someone else has to make peace between them. There is only the one kingdom. The Father says, the old world is now to be destroyed. Everyone will be destroyed in this great war. Everyone will be destroyed in this great war of Mahabharata. The words, those whose intellects have no love for God at the time of destruction, have been written. Vinash kale, viprit buddhi, have been written. You are true Pandavas. You are spiritual guides. You should show everyone the path to the land of liberation. That is the home of souls, the land of peace, whereas this is the land of sorrow. The Father says, now, whilst seeing this land of sorrow, forget it. We now have to return to the land of peace. It is the soul that says this. It is the soul that realizes this. The soul has the awareness, I am a soul. The Father says, no one else can understand me as I am or in the form that I am. I have explained to you that I am just a point. You should remember again and again how you have been around the cycle of 84 births. By doing this, you will remember the Father. You will remember the home as well as the cycle. Only you know the history and geography of this world. There are so many lands. There are so many wars, etc. There is no question of wars, etc. in the Golden Age. Just look at the difference between the kingdom of Ram and the kingdom of Ravan. The Father says, it is as though you are now in God's kingdom because God has come here in order to establish a kingdom. God Himself does not rule that kingdom. He does not claim a kingdom Himself. He does altruistic service. God is the highest on high, the Father of all souls. By saying Baba, your degrees of happiness should rise. The supersensuous joy of your final stage has been remembered. At the time when the days of your examination come close, you will have visions of everything. The supersensuous joy of you children is number-wise. Some stay in remembrance of the Father with a great deal of happiness. You children should have this feeling throughout the whole day. Oh Baba, you have transformed us so much. We received so much happiness from you. Whilst remembering the Father, you have tears of love. It is a wonder how you come and liberate us from sorrow. You remove us from the ocean of poison and take us to the ocean of milk. You should have this feeling throughout the whole day. When the Father reminds you, you bubble with so much happiness. Shiv Baba is teaching us Raj Yoga. The festival of Shivratri is celebrated, but people have put Sri Krishna's name in the Gita instead of Shiv Baba's. This mistake is the greatest one they have made. This is the number one mistake in the Gita. The drama has been created in this way. The Father comes and corrects this mistake and says that he, not Krishna, is the purifier. I taught you Raj Yoga and changed you from ordinary humans into deities. There is praise of me as the immortal image, the one who does not take rebirth. There is praise of me as Akal Murt and a Joni. You cannot sing this praise of Krishna. He takes rebirth. It is number-wise amongst you children as to which ones retain all of these aspects in their intellects. Together with having knowledge, your behavior also needs to be good. Maya is no less. Those who came first will definitely have that much strength. There are various types of actors. It is the people of Bharat who have been given the parts of heroes and heroines. You liberate everyone from the kingdom of Ravan. You receive so much power by following Srimad. Maya too is very powerful. Whilst you're moving along, she deceives you. Baba is the ocean of love, and so you children also have to become oceans of love, like the Father. Never use bitter words. If you cause sorrow for anyone, you will die in sorrow. You should now finish all of those habits. The dirtiest habit is to choke in the ocean of poison. The Father also says, lust is your greatest enemy. So many daughters are beaten. Some tell their daughters that they can remain pure. But they should at least first become pure themselves. By giving their daughter away, they are at least saved from the burden of all the expenditure, because they don't know what is in the daughter's fortune, or whether or not she will find a happy home. Nowadays, there is a great deal of expenditure. The poor will surrender their daughters very quickly, whereas some have a lot of attachment. Earlier, a native woman used to come here, but she was not allowed to come into knowledge because they were afraid of magic. God is called the magician, the Jadugar. God is called the merciful one. Krishna cannot be called that. The merciful one is the one who liberates you from the merciless one. Ravan is merciless. First, there is knowledge. There is knowledge, devotion, and disinterest. Jnana, bhakti, vairagya. It is not said devotion, knowledge, and then disinterest. You cannot say disinterest in knowledge. You have to have disinterest in devotion. This is why the expression knowledge, devotion, and disinterest is right. The Father enables you to have unlimited disinterest, that is, disinterest in the whole of the old world. Sannyasis only inspire you to have disinterest in your household. That too is predestined in the drama. This does not sit in the intellects of human beings. Bharat was 100% solvent, viceless, and healthy. There was never untimely death here. Very few of you are able to imbibe these things. Those who do good service will become very wealthy. You children should remember Baba, Baba throughout the whole day. However, Maya does not allow you to do this. The father says, if you want to become Satopradhan, remember me whilst you are walking, moving around and eating. I make you into the masters of the world. Will you not remember me? Many of you have many storms of Maya. The father explains, all of that will happen. It is fixed in the drama. Heaven will definitely be established. The world cannot remain new forever. The cycle has to turn, and so you will definitely come down again. Everything definitely has to become old from new. At this time, Maya has made an April fool of everyone. The father comes to make you beautiful. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long-lost and now-found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. The first point is, become oceans of love like the father. Never cause sorrow for anyone. Don't speak bitter words. Finish all your dirty habits. 4 points in the first point. I repeat. Become oceans of love like the father. Never cause sorrow for anyone. Don't speak bitter. Don't speak kaduve words. Finish all your dirty habits. The second point is, whilst conversing sweetly with Baba, maintain this feeling, oh Baba, you have transformed us so much. You have given us so much happiness. Baba, you take us to the ocean of milk. Have remembrance of Baba throughout the day. Whilst conversing sweetly with Baba, maintain this feeling, oh Baba, you have transformed us so much. You have given us so much happiness. Baba, you take us to the ocean of milk. You take us to Shir Ka Sagar. Have remembrance of Baba throughout the day. The blessing for today is, may you be a perfect yogi who experiences entertainment even in calamities throughout your stage of a master creator. May you be a perfect yogi. May you be a Sampurna yogi who experiences entertainment, who experiences manoranjan even in calamities through your stage of a master creator. The explanation, by your remaining stable in the stage of a master creator, even the greatest calamity will be experienced as a scene of entertainment. Just as you show the calamity of the great destruction to be a means of opening the gates of heaven, similarly, any small or big problems or calamity should be seen as a form of entertainment. So, instead of the sound of distress emerging, let words of wonder emerge and experience sorrow in the form of happiness. Whilst having knowledge of happiness and sorrow, do not be influenced by it. Consider sorrow to be greatness for allowing the days of happiness to come, and you will then be said to be a perfect yogi. The slogan is, to leave the heart throne and have ordinary thoughts means to put your feet on the ground. To leave the heart throne, to leave the dil takht and have ordinary thoughts means to put your feet on the ground. The special homework to experience the Avyakt stage in this Avyakt month, the 13th point is, practice entering your physical body and enabling your physical organs to perform all tasks. Enter it when you want and become detached from it when you want. Imbibe and renounce the consciousness of the body in a second and become soul conscious in a second. Om Shanti.